Hello and welcome back to goldstocktrades.com. Today we have a new and special guest with us, Tim Fernback. Tim is Chief Operating Officer of LiCo Energy Metals, which can be traded as LIC on the TSX Venture and as WCTXF on the OTCQB. Thanks, Tim, for being here with us today.
Hi, Jeb. Great to be here. Thanks for taking the call.
Tim, let's talk about, there's been a lot of excitement in the battery energy metals. Most notably, we heard the news that Tesla has started the GigaFactory outside of Reno, where they are now manufacturing lithium-ion batteries. Talk to us about some of the recent significant catalysts in the sector that's bringing some new investor interest into this sector.
Okay, great. Yeah, no, lithium has been, it's a metal that's been used for a long time now for different industrial purposes. And because it has a specific property in terms of its ability to conduct electricity, and it's very light, a light metal, it's ideal for lithium-ion batteries. And the lithium-ion battery itself has many uses. Specifically the big ones are computers, laptops, cell phones, and of course the electric car usage as well. But anywhere where there's you need to have a rechargeable and light battery that has a high output capacity. Lithium-ion is the battery of choice. And as we see more electric vehicles coming onto the market, the demand for electric vehicles, the prediction is that by 2020 and 2040, there'll be anywhere from 15% of the total car market to 40% of the total car market is being predicted. There's a lot of lithium and other metals that go into the battery, such as cobalt, that are going to form part of that demand that's going to increase while these vehicles are being sold. The fact that Tesla is creating lithium-ion batteries in Nevada just proves that the desire of the company to take advantage of that domestic production of the battery, at the same time trying to rapidly lower the cost of the battery to make a more affordable vehicle.
And LiCo is looking into a project. You signed into an LOI with a project in the Chile's Atacama, which has some of the highest grade lithium. Can you talk to us a little bit about this recent news that you announced on January 6th?
Sure. So our focus has been in different energy metals markets, specifically lithium and cobalt. And we, as you're aware, we do have properties in Nevada for lithium exploration and in cobalt in Ontario. But we were really excited about getting a project that's further along in a very prolific area of the world. Chile and Argentina and Bolivia, together have approximately 70% of the world's supply of lithium available in these highly prolific areas. The Atacama, Salar de Atacama in Chile itself provides 37% of the world's lithium production right now. And we were fortunate enough to find a partner and a property in the Salar de Atacama, which is arguably the best lithium generating land in the globe right now. So we have signed a letter of intent to acquire up to 60% interest in a lithium exploitation concession. So it's a land that already is ready for exploitation of the lithium out of the ground. It's not an exploration concession; it's an exploitation concession. And we're right now happy about proving up the size of the resource that we have there, and which we'll do over the next 18 months, and get to the point where we can actually start extracting lithium from our land.
Tim, in this area in Atacama, I mean, this is around some of the giants in the lithium industry, SQM and Albemarle. Talk to us a little bit about this region.
So the region itself, like I said earlier, it's a playa, like a salar in Chile that is 3,000 square kilometers in size, and there are two multi-billion-dollar multinational lithium producers in there that you mentioned, Albemarle and SQM, and they have been extracting lithium for many years using brine evaporation ponds. And the advantage of this particular place globally is that it's the driest place on the Earth, and also at the same point, the use of the evaporation ponds is a relatively low operating cost way of extracting the lithium from the brine into lithium carbonate, which can be used to create the batteries. High quality lithium, high concentrations of lithium in the brine, and an relatively easy extraction method when you compare it to getting lithium out of rock or clay.
And let's talk about another metal that's critical for these batteries, cobalt. Talk to us about what cobalt does in the lithium-ion battery and where we're getting our cobalt currently.
Sure. Well, cobalt is another really important metal within a battery. Operates quite differently from lithium, where lithium is a very light metal with high electrical conductivity. Lithium is a heavier metal that has very low conductivity, and therefore provides the perfect medium for the storage component of electricity inside a battery. So by weight, our cobalt is a very large percentage of the overall battery itself, in that 60% by volume, approximately. And the usage of the cobalt obviously is traditionally has been a metal hardener, but it's now finding additional uses within this lithium ion battery. So as lithium becomes more important as a global commodity, as we're creating more laptops and computers and cars, cobalt as well becomes very important on a global scale. Currently, there's roughly around 65% of the global market for this commodity is produced out of the Democratic Republic of Congo, and there are very few primary cobalt mines in the world because it's usually a secondary metal to say copper production or nickel production, and so most of the cobalt currently comes out of the Democratic Republic of Congo. And the DRC has been known as one of the most corrupt countries of the world, really hard to do business in. They frequently use child mining in the mines, very dangerous and not a really safe place. But it's the cheapest source of cobalt on the planet, and the Chinese battery manufacturers are there very prolifically buying cobalt from Congo and using it in probably the cell phones that you have in your pocket and the electric vehicles that you have in your garage. So the very pervasive metal within the battery. So therefore, it's likely that it has been sourced from the Congo. So what we do is we have a mine in Ontario, Canada, that also is a primary source of cobalt. And it's a more like a high-grade mine, cobalt mine, as opposed to a low-grade open pit or alluvial structures that we have in the Congo. And this particular mine was in operation back in the 50s and has not been in operation since that time. And we are looking to put the mine back in operation.
Tim, as we enter 2017, what are some corporate goals that the company is working towards? We have the project in Ontario, we have the LOI in Chile, you have some projects in Nevada. Talk to us about what you guys are trying to build in 2017 and what makes the company unique.
Yeah, so 2017 will be a phenomenal year for our company. We've got, like I mentioned earlier, the cobalt property in Ontario that we are continuing to do exploration work. We have a close to $700,000 exploration program to prove up the size of the resource. So it's a necessary step to determining what's underground and where, so that we can put a proper mining feasibility study together for that. And that's subject to a 43101 report right now. So we're just following that proper exploration path, and that will happen. It's currently happening now, and it'll continue until around the summer, where we will look at the results and start to evaluate our next steps there. And then in Nevada, we have our exploration properties in the Black Rock Desert, and others close to the Clayton Valley area as well. We will continue to explore and work on those properties in a prudent manner. So we'll spend some money on the continued exploration there, and we believe firmly that our properties have some of the best possibilities to lead to eventual extraction in Nevada. So we're happy about that. And then this new letter of intent that we've signed in Chile, we're fast forwarding our exploration initiative here. The expectation is that we'll spend close to $1 million just in drilling and exploration and getting the property ready for eventual extraction. So we're really excited about that, and if all goes well, we could be in a revenue generating mode within a couple of years. So we're happy about that.
Tim Fernback, COO of LiCo Energy Metals, which can be traded as LIC on the TSX Venture and as WCTXF on the OTC. Thanks so much for being here with us today.
So thank you, Jeb. Appreciate it.